4, 3, 2, 1.
We're coming to you
5,
live.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You might be wondering, why is she singing?
5, 4,
Why is she
3,
singing
2,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Why is his hat on sideways?
4, 3, 2,
Dad,
1.
you know why.
5, 4,
No,
3,
bring
2,
it back.
1.
Bring it back, baby.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The reason why we are singing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is because we are just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to try to sing it. Subscribers away from the big 100.
Mm-hmm.
And the hat was on sideways in honor of my dad in Father's Day. He's still alive. I made it sound.
Yeah, I was like, definitely still
He's
with
still
us.
with us. So I went and visited my parents, specifically because it was my dad's, not my dad's birthday, my dad's Father's Day.
And your Father's Day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We went to church. We grabbed food at that burger spot. I don't remember what it was called, but you loved it.
In Iowa?
No. Right before church, we sat outside. Then we went inside, sat even longer, and then we ordered from the digital menu. Did you not remember any of this?
No.
What?
Wait, is it when they were
You're
here?
like, no. It was just you and me.
Oh, yes.
Last week.
Oh, I thought I'm thinking you're saying your dad was here, and I'm like, no, he wasn't. No. Yeah, that burger was one of the best burgers I've had.
Mm-hmm.
You should have got what I got.
What did you get?
Just American style burger, but you know me, always ordering something a little bit off the menu, which drives people nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I used to hate when people do that, but I'm a picky eater, so whatever. I got where they put the cheese on the grill, put the bun, let the cheese melt to the bun, and then just do an American style burger.
You love a good melted cheese, whether it's a tortilla or it's a sub.
Yeah. Or when it gets like crispy.
On a biscuit. Yeah, crispy cheese.
Ooh.
There's some breakfast items I think that do that.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, anyways, getting it back to talking about the hat and my dad. So my dad, God bless him, he doesn't really watch us, which is totally fine. Maybe one day.
The one off time he did.
So yeah, apparently the one time he did watch, he was like, why is he wearing his hat backwards? So you know what, Dad, I had to wear it sideways for you. So yeah, I went up and visited my parents. And then, we didn't do anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's nice to just go somewhere where, we're not really going to do anything.
Did you get him a gift?
You're right.
Sorry. Before this, my mom said something funny. I was literally choking to death. So
she's still getting over that.
we're just kind of getting past that.
I don't think I got him. Oh, yes, I did. We went antique shopping. That's like my dad's, baseball is America's pastime.
Mm-hmm.
Antique shopping and thrift stores and estate sales is my dad's.
An antique thrift store type shop hates to see our dads coming.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to go with my dad. We won't leave. 8 hours later.
They're on their knees. They're crawling through
just like, Dad,
waves
you don't need it.
of trash.
You don't need it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we went antique shopping, and I found my dad. It was a pennant, an old Kansas City Royals, but it was, I think, the Omaha Royals pennant. He loved it, just as I suspected he would. And of course, not to my surprise, when we were there, it was me and my mom, because my dad was off on a little side quest.
Right.
We told the guy while we were purchasing, I'm sure we'll be back, because
right.
our dad, husband,
So you guys went to the store before he got to the store.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then
we were
you already
scoping
knew.
it out.
You're like, we're not leaving this place.
So we did go back.
Father's Day. I hate to say it, but typically it doesn't matter where you go. They do Mother's Day way more grand.
Oh.
They do it.
I forgot about this.
They do it better. But hey, guess what? We have to push them out. So boop to you.
As Dan said, push them out, shove them out, way out. He was given a deep cut to the Cosby Show. I think it might have been the first episode. Well, yes. Continue on what you were saying before I rudely interrupted.
I just noticed, like, whether it's a restaurant or, just even in the stores, the displays, everything for Mother's Day is so grand and and just so detailed. And
even on social media, it's like
the dads, unless you're like Bob the Builder, I mean, it sucks.
Yes. Well, and some of which, a lot of times the dads, they're just not on socials. They're doing dad things. They don't give a rip. Just say hello and I love you and maybe help me out outside.
Right.
Well, so when was Mother's Day? Like a month or two?
Before,
about a month or so ago. And we go to church. First off, let me preface this.
Yeah.
Because we have listeners, I'm sure, from church. Absolutely saying it with my chest out, love the church.
Oh, love it.
Genuinely love the people.
Love the people.
Like everything about it.
Yeah.
Love. But there was just something that happened that
were you in your feelings a little bit?
Jokingly in my feelings. So when it was Mother's Day, they rolling out the red carpet.
You guys, the spread they had for Mother's Day, I walked in like, okay.
Yeah.
Fruit, croissants, like different types of coffee. You want a cold brew? We've
paparazzi, taking photos.
A free, grab a rose and on, clip to the rose is a free coffee at this other place where you can go and relax. And
you were
and
walking
enjoy.
On men's back to get to the.
I wish. No. The spread was just so beautiful and it was.
Sorry to cut you off. Beep, beep, beep. Imagine you were just so happened to be a visitor on that Sunday.
Oh.
And you were like, dang, this church does.
Yeah, I'm coming.
They're handing out flowers.
Every Sunday. I mean,
literally, they handed out roses.
It was such a beautiful Mother's Day spread.
Yeah. Did you remember the roses had free coffee?
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Coupons with them.
Had a free thing where you can go and relax and get a free little cup of coffee.
They were massaging your feet during the service.
I was like, happy Mother's Day,
Yes.
That's just to paint the picture of how much effort they put into it.
It was awesome.
Their normal coffee situation was still going too. Yeah. So they still
had
it.
You can go get the warm.
You guys can go get your coffee, but
women over here.
So I felt bad because I'm like, I know how much you like coffee. And I was like, what do you want? Yeah, what do you want? I'm pregnant. I can't have too much. So I'm like, not only did you want the coffee, you're like, let me get a bowl of fruit. Go ahead.
They also had some sort of
pastries. They had different pastries. I said, which one do you want?
A smorgasbord?
Plethora?
What's that thing called with all the cheeses?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
I say it wrong. Charcuterie or charcuterie?
They had a Guy Ferrari. Slew of.
I mean, it was beautiful.
It was very beautiful.
Yeah, we felt special.
We did. So then as we're leaving, we're joking around just like, man, that was actually quite impressive. What do you think they're going to do for the men? And we're like, just jokingly they probably will just have some tools on
bunch of hammers on the table, just being silly.
Kind of just grab something on your way out. Maybe even fix something while you're here.
Right. Actually, now that you're here, help with the chairs. Let's get it going. Yeah. It's Father's Day. Step up. Yeah. Step up.
Well, we weren't far off.
I hate this.
Again, we
love the church.
I loved it.
Love everyone there.
It was just so funny. As we're walking up, they had this table like a WWE style table that you're going to smash someone on. And they had just chips on it, bags of chips.
I think it was popcorn. It said something like your pops or
it said you're the best pop in town or something like that.
It was something cute.
And so, we just got a big kick out of it.
And they had the kids passing it out too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for us, it was as I'm going down the line, I'm getting a neck massage. And would you like the vanilla cold brew?
A fresh
caramel, Grey Poupon. And I was just like, this is great. So I thought, so for you guys, they're throwing the bag of chips.
Actually, bring your own snack.
Actually, didn't I give you? It was funny. It was cute.
It was genuinely the epitome and I imagine at some point the people behind the scenes were probably like, oh yeah, like guys will be fine.
Guys are fine.
Yeah.
That's my question to you.
Do you
guys really care that much?
I think we're totally fine. I think genuinely the men were probably like, oh wait, it's Father's Day?
I know. They're like, oh shoot, that's today. Yeah. You guys are terrible. Because women, we will get our feelings hurt. If I showed up there and it was, I don't know, what's something like kind of simple, but it's like
a Hershey's Kiss.
I'd be like, oh, okay. So 24 hours of labor and that's where we're at.
It was great. I loved it. It was so funny. And it genuinely, it still like made me feel good. I was like, I like this.
You had your little popcorn. I was happy for
That's
you.
another thing that I like about the church is just the amount of like attention to detail. And it's not a small church. It's like medium.
It's medium.
And yeah, there's the attention to detail and the people that will remember things about you. They're
so amazing.
Oh, I forgot that I need to do that. Thank you.
I was like, thank you for reminding me. I didn't even do that.
They're like, here's a rose. It's Mother's Day. Oh yeah. So yeah, it was great.
Oh, is that what you're trying to say? You forgot that it was Mother's Day? Oh.
There's no forgetting Mother's Day. It is right in the spotlight. Well, anyways, after Father's Day, during Father's Day, go up, hang out with my parents on the way back. Also was kind of a double dipping, doing a little side quest to see my brother because it was his birthday on the 14th. So it kind of was knocking them two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
And we went to go see Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise, within 8 seconds, before we go to the movie, me and my brother were kind of just joking around, how quick until he's going to start just running.
Oh, he's a runner.
He's always running.
Mm-hmm.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this was his farewell tour because his shirt got ripped off maybe every other scene.
Was he ripped or what?
Yeah.
He was in shape.
For like a 70. Did you know he's almost 70?
I know that he's, drinking out of the cup of crazy.
Yes.
So typically people who are like that are pretty well in shape and they look like they're almost aging backwards.
Indiana Jones gave him the Holy Grail and he sipped from the cup.
Yeah. So he's going to live longer than most of us.
Yes. And he ran probably 48 miles within the first hour of the movie, and it's a 3-hour movie. Great movie, though.
Do you think he knows, like, I have to put the running scene? If I don't put the running scene, they're going to be disappointed.
I think he genuinely is putting it in his contract. I need to sprint at least 3 times.
The form's good.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, we had a great time, but wow. Okay, so the movie started at 7:20, which means really 7:45, maybe 7:50, 3 hours.
What?
After it gets done, it's almost 11. We walk to the car. We're talking, yada, yada. It's another 3 hours to get home. I have work at 8 a.m.
Really quick, though, before you go on further, because I haven't seen it. Are we done?
It's open to interpretation.
I'm not sitting for 3 hours, so you can tell me.
Knowing Tom Cruise, he is probably already working on AI, and he's going to be in Mission Impossible forever.
So they left it kind of at the end like, is he?
Yeah. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but it was a solid movie. But my Mission Impossible began the moment the movie ended.
Mm-hmm.
I had a 3-hour drive after a 3-hour movie to then work the next morning at 8 a.m. for an 11-hour day. I pulled in at around 3 a.m., and I had to be up at about 7. So I think I am still recovering from that.
You did,
but it was fun. It was worth it. It was a good time. Don't get to spend a ton of time with my brother, but whenever I do, it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other things that we've been doing this week, last week?
We've been trying a lot of new things this week.
Lots of new things.
Let me just say, since we're just kind of piggybacking on the Father's Day thing, I have a brand new respect for you fathers and non-fathers, men in general. Okay. I mowed the lawn, you guys.
Well, She still hasn't finished it.
I left 2 spots. I said, there's no way.
She came in at like 8 o'clock, and I was like, she's not gonna finish.
I did a little more.
You did.
I left. Our lot is big.
It surprisingly is. And it's deceiving, though. It's the side of the house. Mm-hmm. Usually it's the front of the back.
Yeah.
Nope, ours is the side.
I couldn't believe how difficult it was to mow the lawn.
Yeah.
The precision it takes. Oh, the wheel can't be too far over because then you're leaving a little strip down the middle that's a little long. And then if you're too far over, the blade's only getting this much.
So from the concrete jungles of LA, she is now in the
grassy
jungle. For
me, it's the jungle. Yeah.
Of the Midwest. And so I'm teaching her how, and I kind of told her probably the most difficult part of any mower is just getting the darn thing started. Sometimes you got to pump it, and you got to pull it, you got to clamp something down, you got to dance around it, do some type of seance.
Yeah, I felt like I was going to tear all my ab muscles trying to pull that thing back, but that is not the hardest part.
You were so ginger the first time you pulled it, you were like, just like pulled it.
Well, I was scared. I thought, if you roll, I've seen only horror stories with those things. You roll over something, it's going to fly back into your eye. Like, I was very scared.
To watch her push this thing, it was as if it was like... I don't even know how... it was like sparks were going to fly into her face.
I was scared. Things were crunching under it. I didn't like it.
Gnats were
very hard.
coming up to you. But yeah, so one thing that I'll note, and you honestly did a great job. When you first started,
were the lines?
No, well, yeah, the first line was a little cattywampus. So the way I described it to you was, on the old Nokia phone, Nokia phone,
that little snake thing.
I said this is kind of like a game of Snake. Just don't cross back on your path. Just keep it weaving, keep it bobbing.
Oh, did you see the side of the house? I gave up at that point. It's zigzagged. It's a happy face over there. I didn't even care. I said, it's cut. Leave me alone.
You did good, though. But there was the first line, I see it. It's kind of wiggly wobbly. Well, then the second line she does, typically, you kind of just barely go across the line you just did. So you're cutting about 2 to 3 feet. She's basically just overlapping the exact same line she did. I'm like, babe, you're doing so good, but if you cut it at this rate, you're gonna have to do 800 trips.
And you're gonna be here all day. I said, I hate this so much. I see why people get the ones that they drive, or I almost want to get that one where you can kind of like, it's like
play the keys. What are you doing?
No, you can like type in it does it on its own. It's like not AI, but it's like a computer.
It's like a robot. Yeah. That's kind of like the machines that do your kitchen.
Yeah. So why don't we do something like that?
So I've seen those, and maybe they've advanced, and maybe the one I just saw a homeowner using, it seems like the quality is just abysmal.
Really?
Yeah. But you did
God
great.
God said you're not getting around this one. There's some things in life you need to do.
Yes. You literally did say that, basically.
I honestly couldn't believe how difficult it was.
Yep.
On the other side of the house is a slight incline. Maybe I was like...
Very slight.
I said, maybe because I'm extremely pregnant, maybe that's it.
You know what's funny?
You see how many breaks I took? I said, I can't do it anymore.
When you said there was an incline on the side of the house, a part of me was like, is she mowing our lawn?
Shut up,
I don't think we have an incline.
No, I can feel the slight...
So I know the audience is just gripping at the edge of their seat, wanting to know more about this lawn mowing
Either
experience.
way, I did it. Yay.
But we did good. You did good. I'll finish it tomorrow.
And the backyard.
Oh, shoot. Yo, she didn't even do the back. I didn't even think of that.
Backyard.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, there was another thing we did for the first time, and it was, okay, so a couple episodes, 2 episodes ago, we did our top 5 TV shows. Coming in at number 1 for you was How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
And within that show, if you haven't watched it, one of the characters, she's from Canada. Oh, Canada. And throughout the show, they kind of do lots of homages and talking about Canada things, hockey. And Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons, Here's a Who. the coffee shop. It's I would just say it's Dunkin'.
It's basically Dunkin'.
It's Dunkin' rebranded.
Yeah. But I don't know. They're like supposed to be really known for their donuts and maybe like a little click above Dunkin'.
Okay.
Because Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. Dunkin', it does you well.
Mm-hmm.
You pay for what you get. And it's not a sponsor, but we've had one, I think, over there almost every episode. Well, so anyways, I came across on social media Tim Hortons' grand opening about 30 minutes from us, and I'm like, no way.
I almost passed out when you told me.
I was like, babe.
Mind you, it's my favorite show.
Yes, and Tim Hortons is pretty hard to find because it's more of a Canadian product.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, babe, we can basically be on the set of the show if we go to this place.
Like, to me, I was going to transform into Robin.
Yes.
I was her. I was there. I was a part of the show. I'm in it.
I tried to get her to wear, I got her a hockey jersey because I think you look adorable in it. And I was like, they say if you wear a hockey jersey, you get free coffee.
I would have wore it, but I feel like with my belly, it would have been too short. Yeah. Because I wear it kind of as a dress.
Yeah.
So they would have been like, oh.
Well, we get out of church. And as we wave goodbye to all of our friends.
I've been waiting, and we've been waiting all night. I've been thinking about this.
We almost went that night that I found out about it.
I am like excited.
We wave goodbye to everybody. We're going to Timmy's.
We're so excited. We're telling people at church.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys about to get into? We're going.
We have to leave early. We're going to Timmy's.
Yeah, it's a very special event.
So we drive 30 minutes. We get there. The line, you would have thought it was in and out, but it wasn't.
30 minutes. Keep that in mind, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Church is already a ways away, so it's 30 minutes from church.
Yes. So we have to park literally in another parking lot and then walk. So we get inside, and the scene that I see is one that I will maybe never forget. I thought at first, the hustle and bustle, these people are just glowing with happiness. But no, there was not a single smile in the entire building on the front of the cashier or on the other side of it.
It took me a minute to understand what was going on, because when we first walked in, I'm so excited about it's Timmy Hortons. Like we're here. Like it's a part of like one of my favorite. So I'm not noticing that everybody is sour faced.
So I put on my brave face and I was like, babe, let's just get up to the cash register. Let's order. As we get up to it, I look behind the register, and I'm not kidding you. I wish I would have taken a picture. There was probably 40 drinks just in a row. No counter. You couldn't see the counter anywhere. Mm-hmm. No square inch of the counter. Only drinks. The cold ones were
not a good sign.
You could tell the cold ones were now lukewarm, and the warm ones were now cold. If that is, I
think they all met.
Yeah,
in the
middle.
They were
all lukewarm.
They were all the same. The cold ones were water,
and just piles of bags.
Yeah,
of probably bagels. They're just smashed.
Donuts, bagels, yeah.
And I
still didn't clock it yet. I'm trying to order.
Oh.
And when I started to order, and she's like, "We're all out of that."
Yeah, the 2:00 on a Sunday.
Oh no! And mind you, it's their grand opening, like the day after.
Excuse me, we're at a cold brew.
What do you mean?
Well, as I look down at the bagels and pastries, they're basically out of everything except 8,000 donut holes that nobody wants. Well, so
those are good, but
so anyways, I just keep pressing on. I'm like, maybe those are just drinks for the employees. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're just making a lot of bad ones.
That should have been red flag number 1 for us.
Well, we placed our order. We sit down. 20 minutes goes by, and I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. Well, go to the bathroom, and it's
like a line for the club, but nobody's in line.
This other guy, I've never met another man in my life spend this long in a bathroom, let alone a public one. Mm-hmm. He was in there at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, he was giving it a go.
Pretty sure he was just on his phone the whole time. So he comes out, I wash up, I get back out, sitting back down. I'm just kind of nonchalantly, just passing the time. We're talking. You're like,
I casually was like, we've been here for 30 minutes.
and I was like, no.
He was like, there's no way.
No.
Mind you, I haven't seen any, since you've been gone and come back, I haven't seen anyone actually. I haven't seen anybody get their order. I haven't.
No. So I look at the clock. It has been tick-tock 50 minutes since we entered the building on the dot.
Yes.
And I wasn't even mad. I was just almost just amazed. I was like, no, what?
I said, yeah, no, it's been about 30, 40 minutes.
Are we in a time worm?
30, 40 minutes.
So I go up there. Well, as I go up, it's a bad sign when one of the 18, 14-year-olds behind
they were all very young. Yeah, there was no adult.
Everyone's an intern, a student intern, getting college credits probably.
Right.
She's like, if anybody has been out there for over 20 minutes, raise your receipt. And then suddenly just
everyone's hand goes up.
It was like Harry Potter when the mail's flying in. Everybody was holding a receipt. And I'm going to throw a picture up. From the angle I got, there's more people around the place. There's probably 30 to 40 people and one person has a drink. And you could check the footage. Mm-hmm. There is one person and they were probably there at 9 a.m.
So that's where I was confused because all the drinks are sitting there. Why not just start passing them out?
I don't know what was going on.
I think they were trying to match the drink with the pastry, but if I was like the manager there, I would just start having drinks out and be like, give me 1 second on the pastry just to keep people keep them going.
Also too,
the drive-thru was jam-packed.
Let's turn it into, I think it's a place called Le Mans. Where
they just throw
biscuits to you. That's like their thing. Rolls.
What?
Yeah, I'll take you there sometime.
Here? Out here?
Close. It's great. Well, anyways, just make it fun. Just start chucking some donut holes out to people.
Something.
Like, just throw up your hand. Let me hit you with one. I go up there and she's like, you've been waiting 40 minutes? Starts laughing.
She's laughing. And I said, okay. I gave you a look like, do not blow your top.
No, I was fine. I was just like, this is why we do the podcast.
Yeah. I said, oh, they're going to love this one.
This is what we're here for. Let me sit 2 hours. I'm fine with it.
It got to the point where it was so chaotic. People that came in after us were getting stuff.
Oh, yeah. They finally just said,
it was just like,
we're no longer serving people.
It was so unorganized that you could have just added stuff to your order.
Yeah. There's no more room at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we ended up getting our drinks. For our efforts of sitting there for an hour, she gave me one donut hole.
Yeah.
And she grabbed it with this little
paper
thing,
gloves.
And she just handed it to me like just grown woman to grown man, just passing one donut hole to each other.
I'm just like, because I don't exist, correct? I didn't wait just as long as you did.
It was so funny. And it was, I take one sip and I had to go to the dentist. Well, I had to
tell you, I said, you got a lot of stuff on your mouth. You're like, what? And then you started feeling it. It was almost like, it was like all watered down. So mind you, we have 2 different types of drinks. All of them are the same. They didn't make the 2 different types of drinks. You had stuff all over your teeth. I looked like I was
a clown. And
it had so much stuff in your...
Yeah.
So what was that?
I think it's like bean residue.
But my thing about it is,
there's a name for it.
Coffee grounds?
Grinds.
But it shouldn't be that much in your mouth like that.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
Because it was all watered down. I think they were running out of coffee and just kind of like giving everybody just a little bit.
It takes a lot for me to turn down something that I've purchased, specifically with food. I will eat or drink darn near anything because I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
This was one time I said, babe, let's just go home. Let's go home, kid.
You did really well because you could have really carried out.
Like I said, this podcast alleviates a lot of stress
because we're like, we're just going to tell everybody and release it there.
Thousands of dollars of leaks in our home. I almost said hundreds, but hundreds of pennies worth of donuts and coffee wasted. And we're taking it like a champ.
We got larges too. Yeah. Yeah, that was a big waste of time, and I don't see them getting it together on any other day. I don't see the hype about it.
I'm gonna give them another chance.
Are you?
Timmy Hortons.
It's far. It's not close.
They're gonna hear from us.
Okay.
But afterwards, we went to 54th Street for the first time. Another first.
That was tasty.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was very comparable to Cheddar's, which I introduced you to.
Yeah.
You liked that. We went there twice in a week.
I love that type of food.
Very good.
When the ranch is
it's like
ranching.
a little notch above Applebee's and Chili's.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
oh, we are kind of.
It's like,
we're kind of eating out, sit down.
This is a lunch.
But there might be some people in tank tops in here and flip flops.
Right.
Holes
but
of pants.
Dim lighting. They did, decorated well.
Yeah.
Like it's a lunch.
It's nice enough that you know you're eating well.
Yeah.
Well, bouncing to just a random topic. While we are out, have you noticed anything different in me? I am constantly ducking.
Oh, yes.
I must look like I'm possessed.
Yes.
Because, okay, so
that's crazy.
we moved in. Let me set the back story a little bit. We move into this house, and beautiful house. There are light fixtures in the kitchen specifically that I have hit my head on maybe 9,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it's almost my brain just doesn't even recognize that they exist.
They are abnormally low.
Yes.
So in your defense, it's very low. There's a couple things in this house where I was like, were they like really short?
Mm-hmm. I've just stopped going into the dining room at this point because I somehow
I just hear you hit your head.
You just hear me in the other room just
yeah, and I'm like, oh no, he hit his head again.
At one point, sorry, I don't know if you saw, I literally put a dresser underneath so
that you can make sure to walk around it.
I'm not running into that. So now, just out of pure trauma, I guess it's like the Pavlov effect, where the dog is drooling with the food. I'm now anytime
I noticed that we went. Even when we get up from lunch, you get up and you like duck a bit, and I'm like, "What are you ducking?"
This is how I'm getting up.
Yeah, and in public, and I'm like,
it's like I'm the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I just started laughing.
That's real trauma. That's something that bothers you.
I need to talk to Ben
nightmare.
at church. Like, do you ever have someone just dealing
Ben,
with? Like,
I have a problem.
These lights.
He's probably going to be like, "You need help."
Usually, what happens with football players is they have trauma to the head, and lights hurt them. Like the sight of it. And me, it's the literal light is hurting me.
I wonder how long that's going to last.
Even
when we fix it, because you do it quite often.
And people are just like, he seems like your husband's kind of got a hunch now.
Yes, he kind of dips.
Why is he walking?
They're going to think
that?
I'm hurting you, like you're flinching because I'm coming towards you or something.
Genuinely, there's been so many times. The one above the island, I've hit that one with my head. I gotta lean in. I gotta lean into that one. And then there's the one in the dining room and the one in the kitchen.
They are abnormally low.
Yeah.
I will say that.
I'm getting tired of it. I'm probably getting headaches because of it. Jeez.
Full nightmares.
And another thing that I'm getting traumatized by, we had a mouse. It's been eliminated. It is gone. It is, it's gone.
It's gone.
He has been just exterminated.
Right.
Well, now, anytime something just like, maybe it's the wind or like something unexpectedly brushes up against me.
You hear any noise too, you're like,
I'm
he's
like,
back. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, you're like, he's back. He's back. Next, you're going to be in the corner talking to yourself.
Yeah, I'm hearing mice in my sleep.
Like, I'm really concerned for you.
So I'm just bending over everywhere. I'm a crazy man.
Yeah, you're just searching for it now. And
Thinking
I'm like,
there's a mouse around the house.
You remember when I threw it away for you? You're okay.
He's gone. Well, you say that though, but then also the other day you were like, "Did you put the trash out? We got to get rid of our friend." And I was like, "Yes, like he's gone."
Oh yes, because I just wanted to make sure. But yeah.
So yeah, anything else going on in your world?
As a little arts and crafts girly, I finally went to Hobby Lobby for the first time.
This is the episode
fact that
of
my
first.
friends and family have never mentioned to do something like that, jail to all of you, because it is
jail them
where I belong. It's a dangerous place though for a person like me, because I'll think of a project that I need to do. And to me, it's so important. And it's like, do you really need to bedazzle the toilet?
Do you really need 900 candles that are sequenced?
Do you really need to do that? And it's like, no, but my inner...
From the chandelier.
Right. I just, it's a very dangerous place for me.
It's a dangerous place for anybody that steps foot in there. Because not only that, but did you notice there was a very methodical reason behind why or when we went?
Because you knew I had an appointment.
We have to get out of this time.
You are a dirty dog for that.
We had a doctor's appointment, if you don't mind me telling. We had a doctor's appointment.
It's our baby checkup.
And I was like, all right, what time do we have the appointment? All right, we have to get out.
I would have never left.
3:17, or else we will be late.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I meant to tell you, you're pretty good about that. Like, even before you look on the GPS, if we're going somewhere or doing anything, if we're not out by this specific time
estimates.
Yeah, you're really good
it's
with
like
that.
My secret skill.
It's like bizarre.
Yeah. It could be like, okay, we have 9 stops and then we'll finally get to our destination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have 4 minutes there, 12 minutes there.
Yeah,
we can do
and I'm
6
like,
minutes there. If all right, we can leave. We have 4 more minutes here.
Yeah, you'll do that. So sometimes
subtract the Walmart visit, add in the Target.
I don't even think anymore. I'll just say, how many more minutes do I have here? And then you're like, 2. And I'm like, and I know that 2 means 2 for you. Not like it's not in the family, in the ballpark. No, 2 exactly to the minute. So, yeah, when we go...
That sounds psychotic.
It's just the way your brain works. And I appreciate it because you're very good with... Well, it goes along with those lists. You like to do little lists and little... Yeah, you like lists. You're very good with numbers and all that kind of stuff that I just don't really care about.
Fun. Completing lists. It's fun.
It's a responsible way to be. I mean, hey, if that's the worst, I mean...
Yeah.
I'd rather you have that than be unorganized and late and just sloppy with everything. So,
sorry to bounce back. One thing that you said, and I'm glad you said it because it's like a staple at Hobby Lobby. Before we even got into Hobby Lobby, you were like, "Oh, everything's 40% off." Is this like 30% off?
He's like
50% off.
You. I couldn't believe it.
Hobby Lobby,
smart,
very smart. Well, first off, you're very smart because you closed on Sundays. Thank you. We were going to go there on Sunday, but I was like, they're closed on Sunday. I forgot. I think they have this way of jacking the prices up and then slapping 75, 80, 90.
When the original price
50% discount. And then they say your price is, and it's fun.
Genius.
It's so great because who doesn't like getting
a light up tree for $59.99 when it's originally you're like that's
it's usually $9,000, but they have a double dose of discount and it's a Tuesday, so it's triple.
And the tag's yellow. I don't know. It's
did you also notice too, Kohl's? They don't scan any of your products.
Kohl's?
Did I say Kohl's?
I don't know if I've
Hobby Lobby. Sorry, Hobby Lobby.
I didn't notice.
Kohl's was on the brain. Hobby Lobby, every single tag, you would think it was an antique store. When it kind of is.
They have to punch it all in?
Every single item is priced individually. There's no scanning. They don't have scanners. Maybe they do, but they don't scan anything. They're typing it in. They're pecking it in. Every single one.
Hobby Lobby, we got to talk. That's
brutal.
Slavery.
I wonder what...
That's just unnecessary work for no reason.
Why would they do that?
Because their system, because they're just pulling stuff out of. That's why when you go to those type of places, you better get it while you see it because it's going to be gone. It's not like they're going to get other shipments of that specific thing in. So it's like you better get it while it's here. We're not because then making all those SKUs and this. It's just, they're just like, we'll punch it.
It must just be a huge expense to take that on. But they're like, you know what? We've been doing it this way for the last 800 years. We're going to keep doing it like this.
God said if it's not broke.
Yes, Mr. Lobby himself said we'll always enter in each number. No SKUs. Yeah. And we will never skew away from it.
Imagine if you had 12, because it's hard not to get a lot of things in there. So imagine you have 12 items, 20 items.
It's not like Walmart where they're like, oh, you got a 12 pack. Okay. Yeah, I already got, you can just leave it in the cart. Leave it in the cart.
Right. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was too in La La Land because I was thinking, I have 2 minutes. We got to hurry up and get out of here. We got to make it to the appointment.
It's a great place though.
Can't believe we did that.
Went and did a checkup. 2 thumbs up, way up. I'd been
Great heartbeat.
Yeah. Give me the sound. You did it way better than me.
It was like
the heartbeat. Yeah, it was like
but it was like fast. Yeah.
I've made the joke of like, oh wait, shoot, that was your heart. Like,
yeah,
you must have been having some gushers before you came.
I think they were, mind you, everybody at this doctor's office is really rooting for us. They're like as excited as us. Not to be too TMI, but we've had complications before, and like this is a really big deal. We're at the end, and everybody's just really excited. So typically, my doctor's appointments are when you're at work.
Yes.
So I think they were really excited.
I made a guest appearance today, a little cameo.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah, it was a great time. Yeah, it was just great. It was cool.
It was great, but I felt a little ganged up on.
What?
Yeah. Really think about it. You and the doctor and the practicing nurse were ganging up on me.
Did we really?
Yeah.
It had to have been about sweets. Oh. Oh, man. I love you. So one day I get home from work and Lauren's, laying in bed, curled up in a ball.
Crying.
And I'm like, is there a mouse?
You're like, something's wrong.
She's like, I think I have cancer.
I'm serious.
And I'm like, okay.
What? How did you get to this?
Overnight. And she shows me her fingernail there, and she's like, look at it. And
I have a black line on my finger.
When I say the faintest black line, like you almost had to imagine it.
You can see it.
And she's like, I've watched so many videos today and I have cancer.
That's what it said. It said it's not pregnancy related. If you have a black line on your nail, that's it.
You're done. So I was like, I hear you. I care. But I think you're probably okay. I doubt you have the fingernail cancer of the black line. I brought it
up in there. I didn't care.
The black spot.
She was looking at me like, I'm not concerned about it.
That literally came out of her mouth. She kind of initially was
laughing.
She was kind of like, what?
I was like, no, I'm serious.
Can you imagine?
They're all laughing at me.
After we leave, they're probably in the break room like, we had another black line lady.
We have another psycho. No, she's so sweet. She knows I'll freak out about any little thing.
Yeah.
So she knows. I bring up the craziest stuff.
There they are, holding it up to the light like it's a dollar bill to see if it's authentic
let's check
or
it
not.
Now. So that was
You're trying to remember which one it was. I swear it was over here.
I promise it was this finger. But no, she knows I come to her with the craziest questions.
Yeah.
But she's always laughing like, relax. I thought I was really going to fail that sugar test though. I'm going to be honest.
We all thought that.
Shut up. That was a couple numbers off.
You love your sugar. I love the salts. But there is one salty thing you do love, and it is cheese curds. I was at work in the break room, and as I walk out, there's a basically mechanic shop, I guess is the best way to put it. And I'm not a part of the conversation. I just hear this guy yelling over to another guy. He was just like, dude, I'm telling you, Freddy's cheese curds are insane. And I'm just
they're the best.
Bro, I know.
Yeah, they're the best. Like, if you've never had Freddy's cheese curds, you have not lived.
You are still a baby.
Life hasn't begun for you.
Your name is Benjamin Button.
Yeah. Don't match it with a half and half Oreo cluster.
You must be born again.
Concrete. What am I talking about? Cluster. Concrete.
Cluster? You grab a cluster of them. I introduced you to cheese curds, and It was like a peel was revealed off of your eyes. It just.
Well, when you described it to me, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Why would I want fried cheese? That's disgusting.
But when done right, the Freddy's way, it's magical. When I tried
it, I said, oh.
A little magical, a little mystical. You loved it.
Well, you know, that's what kind of sealed the deal on me moving here.
It's because of you. They have cheese curds for breakfast over there. They're serving them for breakfast.
That was some big back situation.
But yeah, it was just so funny because, this guy at work was just mentioning, he was just like, dude, they're insane. I was like, bro, I sat down next to him and we just talked about cheese curds for a while. I was like, dude, aren't they just
and the
insane?
fact that you didn't FaceTime me on
you don't
that
even,
one is
I actually thought about
pretty
it.
tragic.
I was like, let me FaceTime my wife real quick.
She loves it. Yeah. They're
but
good.
But you don't even need a dip. They're just that good.
They're that good.
And I was just like, dude, my wife's obsessed with them. And he's like, same.
If you were to have a dip with it, which one would you Little rancheroni or
I just don't think they need
marinara?
A dip. They don't need a dip. Maybe
they really don't.
No, they really don't.
Ranch might be.
Maybe just like the tiniest dab of
You're making
ranch.
me want to go get some. Ranch might smack. Yeah.
Well, I think that's kind of maybe the conclusion of our episode. But we did want to. I am in awe. I am in awe and wonder. Our last episode is climbing the charts.
It did so well.
We are in the Billboard Top 100 of podcasts. It's probably up to 10,000 views at this point. No.
I was like, no.
Well, each day I've been telling Lauren, I'm like, we're at 100.
I was like, there's no way.
We're at 400. We are at 700 views. Give it up. Ann Young has just been watching it on repeat.
We love you, Ann Young.
Ann Young, come back. What happened? Leave us a comment. We want to know you're still there.
Yeah. And I want to know how it ended up with the stepdaughter. I would love to know that privately too.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Also too, I'm sure we are starting to get a little more following, which is so cool.
Yeah.
We're at 95 as the jingle was at the beginning of the episode. We need 5 more subscribers to hit 100. We'll think of something fun to do. Maybe you'll genuinely sing. We'll see. You'll genuinely sing. I'll genuinely sing. I've been holding it in all this time.
I've been holding back, you guys.
But for the ones that are subscribed and listening, leave us a comment if you never have. Step out, do a little leap of faith.
Yeah.
Make a little splash in the comment section and leave us a comment. That'd be pretty cool. And let's see how many comments
to get to 100 would be really cool.
That'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, because I remember a time where we were like, do you want to do a podcast? Like, that'd be fun. Like, where it was just a conversation and nothing too serious or anything. And
you know what's crazy is I feel like the first date we had, we may have dabbled in talking about like, oh yeah.
Our first date. You guys, I'm absolutely insane. I've already told you how I took him to a wedding. Second date, right? I'm talking about doing a podcast with you on the first date. What is wrong with me? Yeah,
you were throwing out like heavy commitment right away.
Oh my goodness. Ann Young, don't take advice from me. Apparently I'm nuts.
And I'll tell you this. We are finding out that a podcast is almost more commitment than being married.
It is. Even if I'm mad at you, we still have to sit here and do this.
It's like we're getting married twice. It's compounded marriage.
I'm mad at what you said, but what are we talking about later? So
let's make a list.
I did that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Well,
Can you think of any other things that I said that you're like, man, this girl's insane? I think I said we are not going to do that.
There was something you mentioned,
but I was being silly. You just didn't know my humor at the time. I think you're getting a car or something.
I think it was about. You were like, no, we're not going to do that.
Right
and
now.
I was like, I've known you 12 seconds, and you're saying we.
This girl's psycho.
Maybe she's French. Oui.
The thing is this. You didn't understand my sense of humor at the time.
Still trying to catch up.
Even with my friends or family, we're like, yeah, we're not doing all that. That's just how we,
That's
but
how
you're
we
like,
do it.
That's how we do it. So.
Wow. But yeah, so
I am crazy.
Everybody out there, like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening and you still haven't subscribed, that's another thing. Hit the subscribe, leave a comment. Also, too, we've been starting to get a 5-star reviews on Apple Podcast. That would be genuinely cool. Also, too, more homework for y'all. Reach out to us directly on Instagram. It's the Afterclass Podcast Show. Find us, follow us, and DM us. We'd love to kind of put a face to the name.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be sweet.
That'd be really cool.
We're talking to you, Ann Young.
Where are you at, Ann?
Well, anyways.
She's probably like, they're crazy. She's like, they're watching.
Why would you do that?
Where did you go?
Well, we appreciate it again. I've said that about 5 times. We will see you all next week, and I think we are firmly believing we will have 100 subscribers by then. So
yeah,
let's give it up for the big 100. All right, y'all.
That would be really cool.
Bye.
Bye.